everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday, only here on YouTube. We'll be joining Oldies and More Radio beginning at midnight tonight. Want to welcome you to the September 23rd, 2023 Vinyl Treasures show on this, horrible day here in New York City with all this rain and dampness and whatnot. Not the kind of weather I like. It's not hot, but the heat is kind of going on now. It's going to start going on. But anyway, sit back for the next 3 hours. Got some cool 45's out of my collection. Not your collection, but your requests. I think the only two records I'm playing tonight is the instrumental and the next two records that are coming forward. But anyway, I have to tell you about a little thing that's going to affect the show on my Monday show, though. So I've been using my parents' Buick LaCrosse. My mother had a 2014 Buick LaCrosse. So I got it last year. I got it inspected. There was a check engine light. I don't know what they did, but they gave me the inspection anyway. So I've been riding with it with the check engine light for months, and it's a hybrid. Not my choice, not my car, but it's a hybrid. So anyway, I didn't want to go back to the dealer for the inspection. It's ending in September, so I took it local to White Plains Buick. So, well, actually, I took it to local. I did take it to local first, and Mike says to me, John, I don't work on hybrid batteries. After, of course, he charged me money for the diagnostics check. I said, well, you don't work on hybrid batteries. What's wrong with it? Well, something's wrong in the hybrid battery, and I don't do those things. Of course, I go back there. He says he can clear the light, and I can drive it for 50 miles, and it might stay off and pass inspection. But he gave me the oil change anyway, so I had to call Buick, and I took it there. Wasted my whole day on Friday, so that's why I'm a little bit late tonight. So anyway, what's happening is, so they check it out and they call me back and they say, and actually I'm not speaking to them. My mother is speaking to them and says, oh yeah, order the parts. I said, well, wait a minute, order what parts? So I get on the phone and I'm talking to the guy and he says to me, Mr. Galindo, you need a new hybrid battery, and you need a hybrid battery, and you need an air blower of some sort. I don't know what it is. So I'm like, well, how much does that cost? Like $890, I thought I heard, which is okay. I can swing it. No, Mr. Galindo, it's $8,975.53. I said, are you kidding me? For a 2014 Buick LaCrosse? No way am I paying that. I'm coming to pick the car up. So I'm like, I got rid of my Cadillac. I don't have a car. I need a car. So the inspection is expiring September 30, which is next Saturday. So I can try to have the light, try to clear it, and it passes. It gets me a little bit more time. But Carvana, my brother put in the thing for Carvana, will give me $11,300 for the car, even with the check engine light, because it only has 17,300 miles on it. So I'm like, what car do I buy? So I asked a bunch of my friends. I asked my Cadillac dealer friend that sold me my two Caddies. Well, Johnny, they're pretty expensive, the CT5. So I need a 4-door sedan that my parents can get into. So there's the Chevy Malibu, I think, but Buick doesn't make any. So if anybody has any suggestions for a good 4-door sedan, please email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. But for that reason, I cannot do my show on Monday afternoon, because I have to have a working car somehow, some way, because I can't be without it. It's not going to be good, but that's why I can't do it. So I got to get the car before I do the show. But I will do the Wednesday night show, that is for sure, but not this Monday. I can't do it. But anyway, enough of my babbling here. So anyway, let's talk about the records here. We opened up tonight a 50s show with a band leader, and a band leader from Bolivar County, Mississippi. His name was Al Smith. And from the fall of 1952 to the spring of 1959, he worked up in Chicago for some, all the cool labels like Chance, Parrot, Blue Lake, United States, and most importantly, VJ. I think for a time he was the house band for VJ Records, behind many of the vocal groups that recorded for the early VJ releases, and their subsidiary, like Falcon. You heard his second of three that he did on the Falcon label, or maybe Abner also, his third release. But it's a song he wrote. It was called Quarter Party. I wish I had a quarter for the battery. Quarter Party, November 57, Al Smith and his orchestra on the Falcon record label. Enough of my babbling here. I babbled too much. Just wanted to let you know about the Monday show. So I will not be on Monday. But we'll continue with Saturday, though, and let's open up the vocal portion here with a flip side from last week, as I featured a group called the Catalinas, a group out of New Haven, Connecticut. I think Randy Whitstein, you requested that last week on the little label. It was called Give Me Your Love. Well, let's flip it over, give a listen to the B-side of the 45. It features Jimmy Colwell on lead. We go to June of 58, opening up with the Catalinas on Little. The song is called Castle of Love. Do, do, do.
Come to the castle of love.
Come to the castle of love. I pray to my knees to heaven above. Come to the castle of love, 'cause you're the only girl that I'm dreaming of. Please return to the castle of love. Come to the castle and you will see that this love was meant for you and me. So come around once more, for you're the only one I adore. In my dreams there's a castle of love built for you and me. So baby, there's a chance for a new romance. So return to the castle of love, love, love. Come to the castle and you will see that this love was meant for you and me. So come around once more, for you're the only one I adore. In my dreams there's a castle of love built for you and me. So baby, there's a chance for a new romance. So return to the castle of love, love, love. Come to the castle of love. I pray to my knees to heaven above.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, we open up there with the vocal portion with the Catalinas. Catalinas out of New Haven, Connecticut, June 1958. On the little record label Castle of Love is the name of the tune. They also backed up Joey D on the little label. That is a really hard record to find. I remember Greg offered me a copy. He wanted a lot of money at the time, so I passed on it. Big mistake on my part. I eventually did get a copy, but not as clean as the one that Zurich offered me, so that was a big error. I've made some errors in purchasing in my career, that is for sure, or I should say record collecting career. Let's continue here. Here's another flip side from last week. This group out of Philadelphia, PA, it featured the Revels. Actually, that was a request for listener Joe Shakatown. piano. I saw him in the chat room there. They're second of two on Sound Records, and Joe requested Dream My Darling Dream. It featured Sam Hart on lead. He's also doing lead on the flip side, but this was the intended A-side of the 45, a song he co-wrote February 56, the Revels on the Sound label. It's called Cha-Cha Tony.
Well, the other night, as I was walking past the dance hall, people were talking. I decided to go on in, and that's when I heard the band begin. Cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, cha cha cha, cha cha cha, cha cha cha, cha cha cha. I walked into the dance just by chance. I saw a girl who could really dance. I said I'm not familiar with these steps. Could you show me just what to do? And I'll be very grateful to you. Cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, cha cha cha, cha cha cha, cha cha cha, cha cha cha. Show me how to cha cha, Tony. Show me how to cha cha, Tony. Show me how to cha cha, Tony, and I'll be very grateful to you. As the music played, we started to dance. I didn't know a dance could lead to romance. She was very light on her feet, and now with the best I am ready to compete. Cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, 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 cha cha Tony, cha cha cha, cha cha Tony.
We'll send that one out to Lenny G in our YouTube chat room. He likes to cha-cha, fast cha-cha there for you, Lenny. February 1956 release. Those are the Revels, Sam Hart and the Revels on the Sound record label. Cha-Cha Tony is the name of the tune. I first heard that on the Time Capsule show. I did. First time I heard that. But let's continue here. You know, we count down the music chronologically here on the 50s and early 60s edition. So let's open up now from 1953 here on the countdown. It's the debut single for this group from Gary, Indiana, and it's a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani, and he wants to send this one out to Mike Sape, who is in our YouTube chat room. I didn't see Big Dave Swinger, but those are the two he wants to send this out to. This group signed with Vivian Carter's VJ Records in 1953. Their debut single was the song Baby It's You, first issued on VJ Records, started selling locally, but they could not handle the distribution at the time. They did not have the setup yet. So they went to their silent partner on the VJ label, and that would be Al Benson, and he was already well established in the Chicago area with his Chance record label, so he ended up distributing it, and that is how I have it, and that is actually the easiest way to get this record. But Indrajit requested not that side, requested the B side that features the bass of the group. That's Gerald Gregory. He's on lead. So this one from May 53, These Are the Spaniels, by request for Indrajit Advani, sending it out to Mike Sape and Big Dave Swinger. The Spaniels on the Chance label. Their tune called Bounce.
Well, I've been drinking moonshine, and now I want to bounce. My head's going round, up and down, and I don't wave an ounce. My head's going round, up and down, and I don't wave an ounce. Well, I can't help it, I just got to have it when I get that thirst. My stomach's burning up inside and feel like it's going to burst. My stomach's burning up inside and feel like it's going to burst. Oh yes, I'm proud. Oh yes, I'm proud. Well, I've got to go home and go to bed and get to work on time. There really ought to be a law against selling that moonshine. There ought to be a law against selling that moonshine. Well, I tried to go out through the door but fell back on my trounce. I tried to hold to a man at the bar, but then he made me bounce. I tried to hold to a man at the bar, but then he made me bounce. Oh yes, I'm proud.
Oh, come on, Johnny, bounce. Oh, one more big bounce,
Oh man, I don't want to bounce. Man, I'm tired of bouncing.
Oh, Jerry, bounce.
All right then, boy, I will bounce.
Oh, Jerry, bounce.
Wow, there you go. That is a cold cold ending here. Johnny G was not prepared. I was trying to type in the chat room there. There you go. That by request, the Spaniels there for Indrajit Advani, going out to Mike Sape and also to Big Dave Swinger, May 1953. That's their debut single, actually the B-side to Baby It's You, a song called Bounce. It's on the first issued on VJ Records, which I do not have. I paid $200 for really a nice clean copy of this on Chance Records. Maybe it's going up in price, I don't know. But the flip side there, Baby It's You, which is I think it's impossible to well, it's harder to find on VJ, let alone probably on Red Vinyl too. This comes on Red Vinyl also, but I stuck with the 200 for the for the Black Wax vinyl. Johnny G babbling here. Let's continue here with this request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. This group, they hail from New Orleans, Louisiana. They were discovered by band leader and A&R man for Imperial Records, and that's Dave Bartholomew. They would have 6 releases on the Imperial record label beginning in August of 1954. Now, Gordy requested their first release, a tune written by the lead singer. His name is Joe Gaines. Let's go to February of 1954 and give a listen to the Hawks on the Imperial label, going out to Gordy Freeman. It's called Candy Girl.
Candy girl, you so sweet to me. Candy girl is mine to keep. Candy girl, I love you. Can't you see? For you I'll pine, your love is true, and so is mine. Candy girl, you make my life divine. Embraceable you, what could I do without your love and your charm? You are an angel from heaven, my life, my very own. Oh, Candy girl,
that glow so bright, cheek to cheek, as I caress you tight. Oh, candy girl, good night. Good night.
There you go. Those are the Hawks. The Hawks there by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. That's their first release on the Imperial label, released in February of 1954. Candy Girl, not this Four Seasons Candy Girl. Those are the Hawks Candy Girl. Joe Gaines on lead. They also backed up Joan Scott on the Imperial label. I have that 45. Don't know if I've ever featured it here on the program. And also, I think it was called My Wedding Day. I think that was the name of it. And they also recorded, I think they backed up was Dave Collins a member? I know they were the Scrubs, but they backed up Dave Collins and the Scrubs there on Imperial. I have that 45 too. I think I featured it here maybe a long time ago. Johnny G here, babbling on a Saturday evening. Hope you're digging on the tunes. Here we are in the year 1954. Let's go out to California, this time with a request for Joe Shacatano. It's on Larry Goldberg and Al Schlesinger's R&B record label, and the lead singer of this group previously sang with Gene Forrest and the Four Feathers. They recorded for the Aladdin record label. I think that was 1953, but this one released in November of 1954. It's Earl Curry and his group The Blenders, his first of two on the R&B record label, going out to Joe Shacatano. It's called Late Rising Moon.
The moon, the sun, they shine for you. The moon, the sun, they shine for you. The late rising moon, the early rising sun, they're in the heavens, but not just for fun. Darling, here's what they have done. What they have done. The late rising moon, the early rising sun, they let me know you're the only one. Darling, I'm in love with you. In love with you.
God put the moon in the heavens. He put the sun there too. He didn't put them there for me. He also put them there for you.
The moon, the sun, they shine for you. The moon, the sun, they shine for you. The late rising moon, the early rising sun, they light the heavens for each and every one. So darling, say that you love me too.
As by request for Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat, Merle Curry and the Blenders, November 1954 on the R&B record label. Late Rising Moon is the name of that tune. Again, another song I first heard on the Time Capsule Show. There you go. Let's continue now. 1954. We are in that year. It's a girl group request for Amnon And these gals, they hail from Long Island. Their debut, this is actually the B-side to their debut single. The A-side was a cover of Shirley Gunther and the Queens' Oop Shoot, but this is the flip side. And the gals are Eileen, Gloria, Joyce, and Lorna Hamilton. Collectively, they were known as the Hamilton Sisters. This is their first of two. It's probably the B-side to their debut single. Interesting here because it says Mr. Freddie and his band. You mean Mitch Miller wasn't on this record? I think Mitch Miller probably hated this record. But anyway, this is their first of two on the Columbia label for Emnon. September 54, the Hamilton Sisters with, it's a question. It's called, Do You Wanna Ride? For Emnon.
Hey little girl, do ya
Wanna ride?
Hey little girl, would ya
Love a ride?
Cool Johnny Jones got a new Cadillac, a two-tone job, cherry red and black. And as he cruised down the street one fine day,
Who got it live?
Daisy Mae, he cried, hey little girl, do ya
Wanna ride?
Hey little girl, would ya
Love a ride?
He said to her, gee, you're kinda cute, so get in,
Get in.
get in. Hey little girl, how
About a kiss.
you've never been on a
Ride like this.
no little boy, and from what we've heard, she won't kiss.
Or pretty word. They rolled and rolled around the block. And he kept going faster.
Daisy squealed and shed delight. Wait, Johnny faster.
But
Johnny was no square, no jerk.
cool and very serious.
He knew how the big boys worked. He
Played mysterious.
Hey little girl, what you
Doing tonight.
She looked at him, said go.
Fly a kite.
He stopped the car, then he
Said get out.
said get out,
Get out.
get out. You had your ride. I hope you're satisfied.
You spoil my day cause you wouldn't play.
Don't you wanna take a ride another day? Goodbye, Johnny.
Goodbye.
Boy, they really sounded young there on that. There you go. That's the B-side to the debut single of the Hamilton Sisters, September 54 on the Columbia label. Do You Wanna Ride is the name of that one. That's going out to Emnon. Of course, they do two. They have two great records on King. They back up Ruth Carroll, I think, which is a good one that I found out in the while. And the other one, I think it's called Lonely Cabin, I think is the other one. I do have those 45s and have featured them here on the program. Let's continue here. We stay in 1954 with this request for listener Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. Now, last week, Daniel requested this group from Indianapolis, Indiana. He requested their 7th of 8 on Randy Wood's label, was called I Need You Tonight. This week, Daniel requested their 4th. Again, features Chester Brown on lead. I think he did lead on all their songs. And this is their 4th, going out to Daniel, October 54. The Counts on Dot. It's called Waiting Around for You. This is for Daniel.
Found a new love. It's time I found a true love. 'Cause I've been waiting around for you.
nice to me. You've been cold as ice to me. You treat me so unfair. Darling, why care as I care? I'm willing to forgive you for just the chance to live my life with you. Then I'll be waiting around for you. Forgive you for just the chance to live my life with you. Then I'll be waiting around for you.
That's the great sound of the Counts there by request for Daniel Kubacki, October 1954. That's on the Dot label, Waiting Around for You. That's their fourth release of 8. Very unfortunate that they only recorded for 2 years. It's too bad. They had such a great sound, the Counts. Yes, let's continue here. We move into 1955 with this request for Butch Ford. Butch Ford listening in the state of Hawaii and trying to come to go to Las Vegas. I haven't been to Las Vegas in a long time, and it's been a long time that I haven't been in Las Vegas. But anyway, let's go to this vocal quartet. I don't have much information on them, but they recorded for Saul Rabinowitz's Baton record label. This is their only release. They were called The Miracles. Now, I've never featured this side before. I featured, what is it, A Lover's Chant? I think that was the side. I first got it on a 78, which was pretty cool. Then I picked up the 45. It's pretty nice shape. April 1955, going out to Butch Ford in our YouTube chat room. The Miracles on Baton. It's called Come Home With Me. The Miracles.
Whoa, come home with me. Come home with me. We turn the lights down low and I'll never let you go. Come home with me. Come home with me. It's you I love, can't you see? Please, pretty baby, come home with me. I really love you, baby. Baby, can't you see? There's one thing that I want, dear. Oh, please come home with me. Come home with me. Come home with me. It's you I love, can't you see? Please, pretty baby, come home with me. baby, baby, can't you see? There's one thing that I want to. Ooh, please come home with me. Come home with me. Come home with me. It's you I love. Can't you see? Please, pretty baby, come home with me. Please come home with me.
April 1955 release there for the Miracles on Baton, Come Home With Me. That's by request for Butch Ford in our YouTube chat room. We stay in 1955. Actually, it's a flip side from last week. I featured tune. I featured the Sharp Tones out of Oakland, California for listener Tom Shaughnessy. And the song called Made to Love, their release on the Post record label, featured Harry Little Caesar on lead, and listener Marvin Pod in our YouTube chat room asked if I would flip it over because it's a great record, a great two-sided 45, and they do a nice rendition on this tune. It features Andre Goodwin on lead. Let's go to November of 1955 for the Sharp Tones on Post. Going out to Marvin Pod. It's their rendition of the tune, Since I Fell for You. Going out to Marvin Pod in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Sharp Tones. Sharp Tones from November 1955 on the Post record label, Since I Fell for You. A nice rendition that they do, a great two-sided 45 too. Let's continue here. We are in 1955. This next group originally from Richmond, Virginia, and they signed with Ivan Ballin's Gotham record label in 1950. They had a 5-year contract where they had about 20 singles, and this one was recorded at their very last session in late 1955. It's a request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat. I have to mention that it's a gospel 45. I'll be having a gospel special with guest collector Bill Olb. It's going to be on October 16th. I have the upcoming video on my YouTube, so you can check it out there. There's a little bit of a write-up there, so you can actually click it to get notified if you are signed into YouTube. I think they'll either send you an email or you get it on your phone when it's live. It'll be from 1 to 4 on October 16th of 2013. Lots of those records that he has were never heard anywhere, definitely not on my show, that is for sure. But it's not going to be your normal gospel show. This is going to be just like you're listening to vocal group harmony, so don't think of it as being, shouters and yellers and screamers, and far from that. So you should tune in on that day, October 16th. It's a Monday. It'll be on the archive too. I'm pretty sure that the copyright police are not going to be after me. Boy, they have given me a problem on my Wednesday night show. They didn't block anything like they did on the Monday show on that countdown, which of course, when it posted up, it was fine. There was no blackout or anything, but they wouldn't let the Wednesday night show post. So they only allowed me to dispute the songs. I said, I'm not going to dispute the songs. I don't own these songs. I do own original copies of the music. Now, if they don't want me to play their record, that's fine. I will mute it, but at least let me delete it. I don't want to delete the whole video. I mean, it's ridiculous what they do. And I know I'm under... I don't want to have a heart attack, Gordy. I know I'm under their, thumb, so to speak. But I have to abide by the rules. But let me at least remove the songs that those owners don't want me to play. So at least let me do that. Don't black out the show when I'm doing it live just to really piss off the listeners and me, So anyway, it's just a problem with me. It is. But anyway, back to this great record here. This is by request for Gordy Freeman. The members of this group were Lonnie Smith, he was second tenor, Joseph Williams, the baritone, Jimmy Jones, the bass, and the lead singer, Tommy Johnson. Collectively, they were known as the Harmonizing Four. So this is by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat. Also, we'll send it out to Bill Obe, who will be up here on Monday, October 16th, playing records like this. This is from late 1955, the Harmonizing Four on Gotham, and their tune called The Lord's Prayer for Gordy.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the blood
That's by request for Gordy Freeman there. The sound of the Harmonizing Four there with Tommy Johnson on lead, late 1955. That's on Ivan Ballin's Gotham record label. The Lord's Prayer is the name of the tune. So go to my YouTube site. You'll see the upcoming show there, and you can click it to get notifications there. And there'll be some more... there are going to be some more promos coming out. Other people will be promoting the show for that afternoon. So it'll be from 1 p.m. Eastern Time till 4 p.m. So there you go. We'll do a little bit of overtime there. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And we are in 1955, and this is a request for Kenny Mack in our YouTube chat room as we go to the Bronx, New York for this group. They recorded for George Goldner's Rama record label. This is their second release on the Rama label, which comes out multiple ways, by the way. And I think I have it two ways. I showed you one with 11 Roses at the flip. This one has Begging for Your Love, I think, is the flip. And then I think the title, there's a longer title too, if I'm not mistaken, which I think is on the Blue Rama. But anyway, it's written by the lead singer Bobby Mansfield. This was a number 5 record on WPEN in Philadelphia from January 55. Let's give a listen to the Wrens. The Wrens on Rama for Kenny Mack. It's called Come Back, My Love.
Oh, come back, my love, don't run away. Come back, my love, oh, come back to stay. I love you so well, I want you to know I need your love so badly. Well, I just said goodbye, I wondered why. All because of those silly lies. I love you so well, I want you to know I need your love so badly. Well, everybody makes mistakes in the game of romance. Now I'm asking you, darling, why don't you come back and give me a chance? Come back, my love, oh, don't stay away. I need your loving every day. I love you so well, I want you to know I need your love so badly. Well, everybody makes mistakes in the game of romance. Now I'm asking you, darling, why don't you
come back and give me a chance?
Come back, my love, oh, don't stay away. I need your loving every day. I love you so well, I want you to know I need your love so badly. Well, everybody makes mistakes in the game of romance. Now I'm asking you, darling, why don't you
come back and give me a chance?
come back, my love, don't stay away. I need your loving every day. I love you so well, I want you to know I need your love so badly. 'Cause I need your love so badly.
That's going out to Kenny Mack in our YouTube chat room. That's Bobby Mansfield and the Wrens from January 55 on the Rama label, Come Back My Love. That is the original version of the song. Of course, was covered, Butch mentioned it in the chat room, was covered by the Cardinals on Atlantic, and that's the one that my aunt purchased. So I don't know which of the DJs were playing what. Certain DJs were probably playing certain versions of that song. You know, it's all in the dollars and cents for sure. Johnny G here on a Saturday evening. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. Click the bell to get some sort of notification either on your iPhone, your Android, or your email. I know I get it on my email. I think you got to tell it where you want it to go, if I'm not mistaken. But let's continue here. Here's a request for David Browder in our YouTube chat room. And you know I run the King record label, so there's all types of music on King Records, and there's sometimes some cool rockers or boppers that are on the label. And this singer, organist, pianist, and songwriter. He was born near, is it Corrigan, Texas, as I asked Charlene? Is that how you pronounce it? And he was known as King of the Hillbilly Piano Players. Really? Anyway, his name was Aubrey Wilson Mullican, but he recorded as Moon Mullican, and this is on Sid Nathan's record label. Now, you said, David, you found this in your local your local thrift store, and there was a broken copy of the Hawks in there on Imperial. You should have picked that up. If it was for a quarter, you could at least maybe try to put it together or fix it together there. But this singer's biggest hit was a song called My Ship Sails Alone. That was back in 1949. But he had, Charlene counted them, 62 releases on the King record label, and this is his 51st. And it's a song he wrote, and it's with Boyd Bennett and the Rockets. You know, they do 17, which was a big hit on the charts. I even think that Alan Freed was playing that record. But this is from April 56 for David Browder in our YouTube chat room. Moon Mullican with Boyd Bennett and his Rockets on the King label, as we're going to dance to this song. It's called Rock and Roll, Mr. Bullfrog.
Way down yonder in a great big lake, sitting on a lily pad, a big bullfrog about 2 feet long, they called him Old Granddad. Well, he raised his right foot in the air and says, children, gather round. We gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down. Pass me the jug, pass it up and down. We gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down. Now all the little frogs, they took 'em a seat, wait for Grandpa to give the beat. He ran right back and he raised his head, and this is what he said. Pass me the jug, pass it up and down. We gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down. Big lake, sitting on top of a log. There happened to be a hungry coon and he spied old Grandpa Frog. Well, he eased on around the edge of the lake and says, there's my supper, make no mistake. He jumped on top of Grandpa's back and started to take him a whack. Well, Grandpa said, hold it, wait a minute, Mr. Coon. Just before you get your kicks, let me rock by the light of the moon. Oh, pass me the jug, pass it up and down. We gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down. Well, I've lived my life and I've had my fun, and before you eat me, you son of a gun, there's just one thing I'd like to know. I hope I make you sick by Joe. So pass me the jug, pass it up and down. We gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down. Well, we gonna rock and roll tonight before the moon goes down.
That's April 1956 release there for Moon Mullican with Boyd Bennett and his Rockets. That's when they're on Sid Nathan's King record label. That's going out to David Browder in our YouTube chat room. David, did you pick up a stock copy or did you pick up a DJ copy for 10 cents? That's called Rock and Roll Mr. Bullfrog. As we continue here on Vinyl Treasures, let's go to we stay in 1956, this time with a request request for new listener to the program, Edmund Williams. Want to welcome Edmund Williams to the program, and he recently found out about the show. He's from Queens, New York, and he requested a group from Queens, New York. A great group. They have some really cool releases on George Gollner's G record label. My aunt purchased one called Can't We Be Sweethearts, but this was the follow-up to that song, their fourth of 14, a tune written by group member and sometimes lead singer Berman Patterson, but Herbie Cox is on lead. This is from October 1956. This is going out to Edmund Williams. These are the Cleftones. Cleftones on George Gollner's G record label. It's called String Around My Heart for Edmund.
Bom dooby dooby bom bom be bom
Dooby 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 doo. Boop dooby 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 doo. Boop dooby 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 doo.
Don't you know I'm in love with you? Can't see what I'm saying is true. I've loved you right from the start. Oh baby, we'll never part. Cause you got a string around my heart. Nobody can change my mind. Cause you're my Valentine. Oh yes, you're my one and all. Oh yes, you're my baby doll. And you got a string around my heart. Nobody else could be not half as sweet to me as you, my love. How lucky can one be for heaven sent to me an angel from above. Don't you know I'm in love with you? Can't see what I'm saying is true. I've loved you right from the start. Oh baby, we'll never part. Cause you got a string around my heart. Nobody else could be not half as sweet to me as you, my love. How lucky can one be for heaven sent to me an angel from above. Nobody can change my mind, cause you're my Valentine. Oh yes, you're my baby doll. Oh yes, you're my one and all. And you got a string around my heart. Yes, you got a string around my heart. Yes, you got a string around my heart. And you got a string around my heart. Oh, you got a string around my heart.
As Herbie Cox and the Cleftones there by request for Edmund Williams. October 1956, their fourth of 14 on George Gollner's G record label with Jimmy Wright and his orchestra there. String Around My Heart is the name of the tune. You know, that record used to be played on Oldies Radio here in New York, but no more. CBS FM, unfortunately. But anyway, I know, Donald, you probably still hear that on your radio station down there where you live. But anyway, let's continue here. Here's a request for listener Bob Cruz. And I have to say, I stole this 45. Well, not literally stole it, but it was a buy it now on eBay. I think it was either $250 or $300. A buy it now. This is a while back, and maybe nobody wanted it because it had one of those metal center those centerpieces that you put in on the 45. One flips up, the other side flips down. You got to be really careful. Boy, was it a tough thing getting it out of this one. And it's a styrene record, the worst thing. So nobody wanted to touch it. And it wasn't the one from Chicago. So I couldn't really get a good grip on it. I couldn't slide it down. And you'll see a little bit of the marks around the center hole. And I show it up to you again. But this is for Bob Cruz and this group out of New Haven, Connecticut. The members were all attending Millhouse High School in New Haven, and they recorded this one for the local Elm label, which is unfortunately styrene, and these don't really play as well as the I guess the second label, because Al Silver of Ember Records heard the song. He liked the song so much he purchased the master and released it in January of 1957, but it originally came out in September of 1956. The group is called the Starlarks. The Starlarks, and the song written by the lead singer of the group, his name is Wes Forbes, and this is going out to listener Bob Cruz from September of 56. The Starlarks on the Elm label. It's called Send Me a Picture, Baby.
Well, I was overseas and all alone. I wanted a picture from my baby back home. Well, send me a picture, baby, till I go back home. Sticky-doo-wop, sticky-doo-wop, till I love, you're my dear. Sticky-doo-wop, sticky-doo-wop. Baby, I won't be long. Save your love till I come home. Oh, send me a picture, baby, till I come back home. Say sincerely I love you, you're my stereo. Baby, I won't be long. Save your love till I come home. Oh, send me a picture, baby, till I come back home. Say sincerely I love you, you're my stereo. Well, send me a picture, baby, till I come back home. Yeah, send me a picture, baby, till I come back home. Sincerely I love you, you're my stereo.
There you go, by request for Bob Cruz. Those are the Starlarks. The Starlarks with Wes Forbes on lead. He wrote the tune Send Me a Picture, Baby. That one there on the Elm record label. The Fountain of Love is the flip side. That's the side that normally gets played. I think that might have been the A side too. I don't know. I didn't check. But anyway, there you go. September 56 on Elm Records. Let's continue here as we move into 1957. This is a request for Timothy in our YouTube chat room, and he wants to send this song out to a bunch of people. Wants to send it out to me, your Johnny G, your host. Wants to send it out to Charlene, who does lots of the research here and accumulates all your requests. Wants to send it out to Brian Korn in Wisconsin and all the UK listeners and friends and everyone. There you go. This is Timothy wants to send it out to all of you. This group out of Brooklyn, New York, they had 10 releases on Sid Nathan's King record label. Now, Timothy requested their very last release, and I think they're all singing on this one, but you will hear Henry Alston coming through here, but they're really all singing. And this is the same song that was recorded by the Mellow Moods on the Robin label, Where Are You? But it was first done back in 1949. I think it was originally done by Doris Day and the Mellow Men on Columbia. But this is from April of 1957, by request for Timothy to everyone, we'll call it. These are the Hurricanes on Sid Nathan's King Records, their very last release. It's called Now That I Need You.
Where are you, now that I need you, now that I want you so badly, I could cry.
By request for Timothy in our YouTube chat room, sending it out to all the listeners, all the listeners in the chat room there, and your hosts Johnny G and Charlene. Those are the Hurricanes, their last release on Sid Nathan's King record label from April 57, Now That I Need You. We stay in 1957 with this request for Adrian Viterbo, listening down in Mexico. This group formed at McGuire Air Force Base in Trenton, New Jersey. They had this lone release on the East West record label, although that was not really the first label. It's a cover song. This was first done by the Q's, recorded it back in 1956 for Capitol Records, a tune written by Luther Dixon. This is with Howard Biggs and his orchestra. Now, according to Louis Silvani, the first presses of this came out on Atlantic Records, but only as promos. So it only came out, mailed out to the radio stations, but when you went into the store to buy the record, you can get it, the stock copy on East West, but I have a promo on East West too, so I don't know what the deal was with this, but still it's a great two-sided 45 in my opinion. This is from September 57, going out to Adrian in our YouTube chat room, The Glow Tones. I have it on East West. This is the stock copy of one of 4 copies I have. I think this played the best. It's got a little bit of a label tear. The Glow Tones with their version of The Girl I Love for Adrian.
And I'm glad, oh so glad, she is my girl. No one can ever love her like I do. No one can ever kiss she's the prettiest girl I have ever seen. Waiting on the corner, waiting on the corner for me. The girl I love, girl I love, she's the prettiest girl I've ever seen. Waiting on the corner, waiting on the corner for me. Girl I love, girl I love, girl I love, oh.
September 1957 release for the Glow Tones, going out to Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. Their version of The Girl I Love, that featured on the East West record label. Promos first on the Atlantic label. I don't have it on Atlantic. I did go for one on eBay once, but it went for too much. It wasn't clean enough, so I wasn't going to go for it anyway. Johnny G babbling on here. Hope you're digging on the tunes here. We are here from 9 p.m. Eastern Time till midnight. We'll be doing a little bit of overtime. We'll be done before the normal time, usually. But anyway, we are in the year 1958. Now, last week, I played a request for listener Kenny Mack, this group out of Long Beach, New York. And the members included Alexander Faison, William J. Otis Gaines, Roy C. Hammond, Claude Johnson, and Fred Jones. Collectively, they were known as the Genies. And last week, I played Who's That Knockin' for listener Kenny Mack. This week, Darren, a.k.a. Record Hound in Canada, requested the flip side. And I like this flip side, too. It's on Bob Shad's Chad label, which is out of New York City, and the tune written by Fred Jones, Leroy Kirkland, and Claude Johnson, those two members of the group. This is from November 58. It is a B-side to Who's That Knockin'? These are the Genies on Shad. It's called The First Time. This is for Darren.
So sudden, why my heart wanted its way. That's the first time it has happened to me. It has happened to me. It was meant to be. So let's make one of the two of us, so we'll have each other to blame. Oh, if we break up, we shall make up for our love isn't in vain. That's the first time it has happened to me. It has happened to me. First time.
That's It's the B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show. That's the flip side of Who's That Knockin'. Those are the Genies with The First Time. That's going out to Darren, a.k.a. Record Hound, in our YouTube chat room, November 58 on the Shad label. We stay in 58 with this request from Mike Sape. Wants to send this one out to listener Frank Cassie, and this group out of 29 Palms, California. Anybody ever been to 29 Palms, California? They signed with Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin label for this lone release, and it features Hasker Nelson on lead. We go back to May of 1958 for the Four Palms. The Four Palms on the Aladdin label by request from Mike Sape, sending it out to Frank Cassie. It's called Jeannie, Joni, Shirley, Tony. The Four Palms.
Jeannie, Joni, Shirley, Tony, and all of the girls. Jeannie is the one with the wavy hair. Joni is the one who looks so fair. Shirley is the one with her baby blue eyes. Tony is the one who's simply paradise. All these girls are so confusing to me. Jeannie, Joni, Shirley, Tony, who will it be? Where's Jeannie? Almost got me. Joni, personality. Shirley, very likely. Tony, oh, so lovely. Who will it be? My head goes round day after day, wondering who it will be. My heart is aching because I cannot choose the girl to spend her life with me. Where's Jeannie? Almost got me. Joni, personality. Shirley, very likely. Tony, oh, so lovely. Who will it be?
Yeah, they're called the Four Palms. The Four Palms there with Hasker Nelson on lead. By request from Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room, sending it out to listener Frank Cassie, May 58, the Four Palms on Aladdin. Jeannie, Joni, Shirley, Tony. Now, in 1959, this group would change their name to the Rainbows. They have a release on the World Pacific record label. That's a rare 45 too, and a good one. Johnny G here on Saturday night, spinning these 45s. We are in the year 1958. Let's go to New York City now, to the Crosstown record label with this request for listener Gordy Freeman. Now, the group is called Kenny and the Socialites, and I have no info on this group. The song written by George Koppel. I wonder if he's related to Ted Koppel. Maybe not, but Ted Koppel, actually, he was the orchestra leader. And, well, actually, the orchestra leader directed by Joe Rene. That's who it is. But this is 1958. The stock copies of this are on Pink. I know that, but Paul Gruber posted his stock copy on my Facebook page. You can check. He actually has a 78, a clunker, I think he calls them, on that Elm label. He has and that's a nice thick press, I'm sure. But this is Kenny and the Socialites by request for Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. It's called I'll Have to Decide for Gordy. That's going out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. 1958 release for Kenny and the Socialites on the Crosstown record label. I'll Have to Decide is the name of the tune. I got to decide what kind of car I'm going to get. Dennis flew hardy. I would never, ever get a hybrid. And don't ask me why. You know, the car, my parents didn't use it that much. That's why is it Carvana? Yeah, Carvana wants to give us so much for the car, even with the check engine light. When I talked to the Buick dealer, he said, Johnny, take it. Take the $11,300 they want to give you for that car. So that's why I'm like in a quagmire here, because if I give them the car, they give me the money, I need to have another car. I need by the end of the week. So that is important. I mean, I could go to Enterprise, rent a car. Barbara said she could lend me, she has two cars. Her mother doesn't drive the other car, but it's an SUV. I guess I can use that in the meantime, but I really don't want to do that. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue here. We are in the year 1958. We go back out to California with this request for Timothy in our YouTube chat room. You know this group. They had their biggest hit in late 1957 with a song called This Is the Night. But Timothy requested their fourth release on Keen, although the true first press of this came out on the Andex label, which was a subsidiary of Keen. So if you're running labels, and a lot of the dealers didn't know this, I had to tell them, so they learned it from me. I said, if you're gonna run, because they would put their records by label, so I can go through that big Ken Klee book. So just go through the labels. I said, you need to put Andex with Keen. And then there's another one. There's another label there. There's three labels in there. with that. So anyway, it's like RV and is it RV and Hi-Fi? Or I'm getting confused. What is the one that the DeVilles are on? That red label. I'm getting confused here. But anyway, let's talk about the Valiants here. So the true first presses of this came out on Andex, although I have it on Keen, and I have a promo of this. And the song written by Billy Jones. You know who Billy Jones is? Well, actually, it's an alias for Billy Fortune. No, Billy Storm. Really, his real name is Billy Spicer, by the way. That is his real name. But he goes by Billy Storm here. He was the lead singer of the Valiants. We go to October 1958. This is for Timothy. This charted number 16 on KWBR. That's a station that I featured on that one of those countdowns on a Monday afternoon, number 16 on KWBR. These are the Valiants on Keen for Timothy. It's called Please Wait, My Love.
My parents say I'm too young to do the things I'd like to. But if you wait for me, my love, we'll be together forever. By my friends, girls say I'm cute, but I'm a shut-in. But if you wait for me, my love, we'll be together forever. Oh, when I'm a little older, just a wee bit bolder, I'll have your love. When our love is known and they feel we've grown, we'll change from 2 to 1. Oh, I'm embarrassed by my friend. Girls say I'm cute, but I'm a shut-in. But if you wait for me, my love, we'll be together forever. Please wait, my love.
That's the great sound of Billy Storm and the Valiants there, going out to Timothy in our YouTube chat room. That's on the Keen record label, Please Wait, My Love. And the stock copies look really funky. They got like those, well, they're really not rainbow colors. They're just like orange and white and light blue and all that. That's like a kind of a weird looking checkerboard with all those different colors. Those are the stock copies. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue here. Here is a flip side from last week. It was a rare girl group sound out of Chicago. I played it for Adrian. He requested the A-side of this, Star in the Sky, by a group called the Debs. Came out on the Squalor record label from 1958. And two people requested the flip side. I think it was Cool Transport requested the flip side, and so did Daryl Letts. So we'll send it out to Daryl and Cool Transport in our YouTube chat room. These are the Debs. Don't really have any information on them, but it's the B-side of their 45. It's called, I guess, Felipe. Yeah, Felipe is the name of it. Here you go, the Debs.
Hey,
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Those are the Debs. The Debs from 1958 with their tune called Felipe came out on the Squalor record label. That's going out to Darylets and listener Cool Transport in our YouTube chat room. We are in lots of records out of 1958. I get 58 and 61 were the big years for your requests tonight. And this is a request for Daniel Kubacki as we go to Saul Rabinowitz's Baton record label. Although this group is out of Albany, New York, their debut single was their biggest hit. I'm sure many of you know the song called The Things I Love. But Daniel requested their third of 7 on Baton. It features Maurice Newton on lead. And this is with Tico Wilshire and the orchestra. We go to August of 58 for the Fidelities. The Fidelities on Baton. This is for Daniel. It's called My Greatest Thrill.
I could travel to Asia or Spain, have a great fortune and even some fame that might excite me, but you would still remain my greatest thrill. A night in from Peru, a penthouse apartment on our avenue. My prized possession would still be only you, my greatest thrill. If I could speak in the company of kings, be the host at some famous affair, I would miss what your kiss always brings. There's no sensation for me there. Once I was happy just to be free. That was before you came to me. One glimpse of heaven, and you will always be my greatest thrill. One glimpse of heaven, and you will always be my greatest thrill.
That's going out to Daniel Daniel Kubacki, the sound of the Fidelities there. Maurice Newton on lead. That's their third release on Baton. From August 58, My Greatest Thrill is the name of the tune. My greatest thrill was finding the Swans on Steamboat for 15 cents. What do you think about that? And right down the street from me. That's my greatest thrill. As we continue here in 1958, and we go to George Braxton's Brax record label, as this is a request for Mike Sape. He wants to send this one out to the UK crowd, and we're gonna have to include East End Mark on that. This is Indrajit, Tony in the UK, and the UK Dancers. Sounds like we're doing the show. Johnny G here with the UK Dancers, and it's on George Braxton's Brax record label. The group is out of Detroit, Michigan, and it's their debut single. They're known as the Five Daps. And this is side one, and it features James Bennett on lead. It's with the Joe Hunter Band from 1958, the Five Daps on Brax, by request from Mike Sape for Indrajit, Tony, and East End Mark and the UK Dancers. It's called Doo Wop a Doo.
I love you. Oh, well, look, means I love you. Oh, little girl, won't you say it too? Let me hear you holler, do all the day. Let me hear you holler, do all the day. Let me hear you holler, do. I love you. Oh, well, do means I love you. Oh, little girl, won't you say it too? Let me hear you holler, do all the do. Oh, let me hear you holler, do all the day. Let me hear you holler, do.
Those are the Five Daps. That record really rocks, I got to tell you that. Good one, Mike. They're going to have to add that to their playlist there on the dancing if they don't have it already. 1958, as by request from Mike Sape in Connecticut, sending it out to Indrajit Advani, Tony Crosby, and we'll send it out also to East End Mark and all the UK dancers. The Five Daps on Brax, B-R-A-X, Doo Wop a Doo. Now, George Braxton owned that Brax label. He also owned the Fox label, and there's some rare records on Fox Records. Do you know what the biggest hit was on that Fox label? It was a song called Wicked Ruby, done by Danny Zella in 1959. That's on a styrene, though. At least I've never seen a vinyl press of that. And Darren, was that Wicked Ruby, was that played or was that issued in Canada? It would be interesting if that was. Anyway, let's continue here in 1958. Let's fill this request for Butch Ford. This group is from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is on the KNC record label. It's Al Cesari's KNC record label. The group is called The Exclusives. I really don't know anything else about the group, but the music is provided by the Arcs. The Arcs are providing the instrumentation, and I bought this from Greg. He picked it up at Allentown, one of the Allentown shows, and he came up to me and he said, "Johnny, you need this record?" And he just picked it up and he said, well, I need some money. Give me $150 for it. So I gave him $150 for the record because I didn't have it. But anyways, from July 58, these are the Exclusives going out to Butch Ford in Hawaii on KNC Records. It's called It's Over.
It's
I beg and I plead. Won't you come on? Won't you come on back home? Oh, I know. Yes, I know. I've done you wrong, so wrong, so wrong. It's all done. You've gone and had your fun. Now what can I do? Although I know you can be true, it's over. Yes, it's over. Yes, it's over.
Those are the exclusives there by request for Butch Ford in our YouTube chat room there. Song entitled It's Over. No, it's not over. Not till we join Oldies and More Radio. We're going to be on a little bit of overtime there. That's on the KNC record label from July 1958. And for you collectors out there, originals must have RCA stampers in the dead wax, so check your copy. My understanding is that the blue copies are boots. They're not originals. That's what I say. Anyway, let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures. We move into 1959. Now, a couple weeks ago, I played a request for listener Gordy Freeman, the channels on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label, and he requested the side My Love Will Never Die, and Daryl Letts, he asked for the flip side, so we get to it now a couple weeks later here for Daryl. It's this one released in January of 1959. Earl Lewis on lead, the great Earl Lewis and the Channels on the Fury label. The song is called Bye Bye Baby for Daryl Letts.
Well, bye, 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 baby. Oh, I really love you so. Bye, bye, baby. Oh, I'll never, never let you go. Bye, bye, baby. Oh, I really love you so. Oh, because I really love you so. Bye, bye, baby. I hate to see you go. I guess you must leave me. I love you anymore.
In January of 59, released there for the great Earl Lewis and the Channels on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label, the flip side of My Love Will Never Die. Song entitled Bye Bye Baby. That's going out to Daryl Letts. I have that on a 78. Braden wants my 78. I'll think about it, Braden. Maybe one day I will sell you that 78. Johnny G's spinning these 45s every Saturday from 9 p.m. Eastern Time till midnight. We'll do a little bit of overtime. We count down the music chronologically. Here we are in the year 1959. And last week I played a request from Mike Sape by the Dukes on the Flip label. This group out of Los Angeles, California, played their second release called I Love You. And this week, Josue Perez requested their first release. This tune written by the lead singer of the group, Andre Goodwin. We heard his name earlier. Didn't we hear him with the sharp tones? Well, here he is. He was a member of this group. You know, the West Coast scene back in the 1950s, all people interacting with all these groups. And some people have deciphered it. That L.A. book that Steve Probst did with, I forget who, Galen Gard, I think. But even that stuff needs to be corrected. But anyway, this is from February 59, going out to Josue Perez, the Dukes on Flip. It's called Looking for You.
So tired, looking for you. Looking for you. No one else will do. No one will do. I love you so much. I do.
By request for listener Josue Perez, those are the Dukes. The Dukes with Andre Goodwin on lead, February 1959. That's on the Flip record label. Looking for You is the name of the tune. Johnny G is looking for you, the Vinyltreasure listener, every Saturday right here on YouTube. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and tell your friends about it. Remember, there is an up-and-coming show on there. You can check it out. It's a coming attraction for a Monday afternoon from 1 to 4. I'll have special guests in studio, Bill Old presenting a all-gospel show, and not the normal things you're used to hearing as far as gospel songs go, and they're not, and you just kind of tune in because it's going to be a great show. I will guarantee that. Let's continue. Here we are in 1959. Let's go to Chicago, Illinois for this next 45. It's a request for Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. Wants to send it out to your host Johnny G and all you listeners in chat. This singer, pianist from Chicago, first recorded for the Abco label as Freddie Hall and his Aces, which I have, by the way, from 1958. That's the Heptones label. I have that record too, by the way. But his second release came out on Golden Crest, which is interesting because how does he go? He goes from Chicago down here to Long Island. Okay. But he had 3 releases on Carl Jones's CJ label out of Chicago. This is his third, done with his group the Night Rockers. This is from November of 1959, and I didn't pay a lot of money for this record, but it's a good record. Freddie Hall and his Night Rockers on the CJ record label, by request from Mike Sape, sending it out to Johnny G and the Chatters. It's called Love and Affection.
All I want from you, I'll never mention. Time you've been untrue, let bygone be bygone, and I love you from now on. You know you quit me for someone new. You asked for forgiveness, I forgive you. Let bygones be bygones, and I love you from now on. I tried to forget you, but you see, I was wasting my time. Oh, baby, when I go to bed, you be on my mind. You kissed another right before my face. I kneeled down and cried. And such disgrace, let bygones be bygones, and I love you from now on. Whoa, well, 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 well. My. Yeah.
November 1959 release there for Freddie Hall and his Night Rockers. That's on the CJ record label. Love and Affection is the name of the tune. That's requested by Mike Sape, sending it out to Johnny G. Thank you, Mike, for that. I like that record. Also, all you others in the chat room. We are in the year 1959, and this is a request for Timothy. I think Kenny Mack might have requested this maybe about a year ago, maybe Timothy. Well, no, Kenny, maybe sooner than that, but it might have been too close to when I played it previously, so I didn't play it. But Charlene kept the data. She did. But Timothy requested this also for this week. Wanted to hear this group from Stamford, Connecticut. First recording for the Champ label back in 1959. This is their second overall release on the Rhapsody record label. I showed you 2 copies of this. The weird thing about it is the etchings and the dead wax are exact, but the title or the print is bigger on this one, and the sound quality is much better than the other one with the slightly smaller print. So I don't know what happened with this record. Maybe Bill Olb, you know something about this record, because this was reissued, I think, on Candlelight, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm sure Bill Olb has the lowdown on this record. This is from late 1959. These are the Cineramas. It features Frankie Palmer on lead. It mentions that on the label. Going out to Timothy, and also will send it out to Kenny Mack. The Cineramas on Rhapsody, Crying for You. Those are the Cineramas by request for Timothy and Kenny Mack, late 1959. That's their second overall release, Crying for You. Came out on the Rhapsody record label. Frankie Palmer, the lead singer on that. So I don't know what it is with the bigger print and the smaller print, because the etchings and the dead wax are exactly the same. This one, though, better sound quality for some reason. I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, we are in 1959. Here's a request for listener Bob Hannes in our YouTube chat room. I have to say hello to Bob Hannes. Used to see Bob at all the record shows when I used to attend those record shows. Haven't been to one in a long, long time, although I did go to the one that was here in my town. There is at the I think it was not the Sheraton. what is it called? Oh, as Johnny G draws a blank. I'm telling you, COVID fog. But not that I bought any, not that I need a lot of group records, because there were not a lot of group records there. I was buying Soul 45's at that show, that is for sure. But this group called the V8s, not to be confused with the group from Asbury Park, New Jersey, that recorded for the Vibro label. Now, according to Frank Hosendove, who was the bass of the Asbury Park V8s. And I think it's spelled a little differently too, but it's not them. So I don't know. This group, I think, is out of New York, I think. And this is on another color label. Charlene doesn't have it here. But it's, I forget the color, but this is the first press. And this song sounds like another song. I told Charlene to check it out. She didn't get a chance to do it, but it's from April 59, and I bought this copy from Joel Scherzer. He had a really nice copy. I didn't pay that much for it, like maybe a couple dollars for it back in the early 1980s. These are the V8s for Bob Hannes in our YouTube chat room on Most Records, M-O-S-T. It's called Please Come Back. There you go. That's by request for listener Bob Hannes. A cool tune there by a group called the V8s. Yes, Lino, not the same group from Asbury Park, New Jersey. I think this group is out of New York, and I'm telling you, that is Blue and Lonely, is done by the Pretenders. I think originally on the Central label. I've never seen it on Central. I only had it on, was it on ABC Paramount or maybe Apt? One of that label. But anyway, the V8s there from April 59 on the Most label. The first presses on the Purple Most label. Please Come Back. No Tony Crosby, Madam Sin. Didn't see that. Didn't see it. I'm glad you told me. I'm going to go check it out after the show. That I got what is it, John Bip Bam Boom. He was a big promoter of the show last year or a year before, and I got to thank him for bringing lots of subscribers over to my channel. Now, Madam Sin also, thank you for that. I will check it out on there, and I so much appreciate that, as it is the vinyl community. That's what it is. And I'd like to join in those other things. I just don't have time to do it. But anyway, let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures. And this is a request for Emnon as we stay in 1959. It's actually a rare record. A group out of Chester, Pennsylvania. This is on a label called Trophy Records. The group is called the Kings 5, and the song written by the lead singer of the group, his name is Jesse Atkins. And the New Red Tops, which is interesting, New Red Tops are providing the instrumentation. So this is 1959 release by the Kings 5, requested by listener Emnon. It's called I Hear the Rain, for Emnon.
I hear the rain upon my window pane. I'm wondering if you're coming home tonight. I'm sitting on my lawn. Are you, my dear? So please hang it on to me. I hear the rain upon my window pane. I'm wondering if you're coming home tonight. I'm sitting on my lawn for you, my dear. So please hang it on to me. I hear the rain upon my window pane. I'm wondering who's coming home to shine on your lawn. Hear the wind upon my window side. I'm wondering if you're coming home tonight. I'm sitting on my lawn for you, my dear. So please hang it on to me. So please bring it on to me.
That's for listener Emnon. That's a rare 45, I have to say. It's got a couple pops in the beginning, but I got that from the Count, Bob Ellis, on one of my, like from in Montvale, New Jersey, when they used to have a record show over in Montvale. I didn't pay a lot of money for the record, but those are the Kings 5 from 1959 on the Trophy label. I Hear the Rain. Boy, did we hear the rain here to this evening or late this afternoon here. Not raining now. I don't think. It's 63 and what's called windy, it says. At least the rain stopped. But let's stay in 1959 here. Now, this is a flip side from last week, and I have a mint copy somewhere. This is my first copy that I picked up at the Yonkers Raceway Flea Market for 10 cents, so it's really not that clean, but it plays okay. Played for Helpless, a song called Helpless, for Adrian Viterbo by the great Solitaires. The Solitaires from Harlem, New York. It's their 16th of 18 releases on High Weiss's Old Town record label, with the great Milton Love on lead. And Daryl requested the flip side. And this is their follow-up to Embraceable You from September 1959, going out to Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. Milton Love and the Solitaires on Old Town Records. It's called Light a Candle in the Chapel.
you kneel to pray, my heart will be there beside you. Although I'm so many miles away, I'll remember every moment, moments when we were so gay. Light a candle in the chapel, for I'm coming home to stay. Once again, we'll be together as we were once before, to share the love we've shared together from then and forevermore. I'll be with you in the springtime, in summer, winter, and fall. Light a candle in the chapel, for darling, our love means
That's the great sound of Milton Love and the Solitaires there by request for listener Darrell Letts, September 1959 on High Weiss's Old Town record label, Light a Candle in the Chapel. As we continue here, we are in the year 1959. Lots of records with your requests out of 1959. And here's a request for Timothy in our YouTube chat room. Now, many groups recorded this next tune. I know that one time the Ovations do this on Andy. I know Joe Shakatana requested that version. That one comes to mind. But this singer, songwriter, actor, comedian, and impressionist from Chicago, his name is Frank Pizzani, and first recorded back in 1955 for the Click label. Then I want to say that title. Then he was recorded with a group called The Highlights on the Bally label in 1957, and he also has releases on the Bally label. Also Carlton Records, Argyle Records, and he did 2 on Milton Salstone's Afton label, which is out. Actually did 3, Charlene, I think, not 2, it was 3. And this is his first, and this is actually a cover song. This song actually recorded by a lot of different groups, but it dates back to 1947. Vaughn Monroe on RCA Records, a tune written by Don Pelosi and Lee Towers. This is from 1959, going out to Timothy in our YouTube chat room. Frank Pizzani, or Pizzani, Pizzani or Paisani, however you want to call it, on Afton Records, his rendition of the tune, The Stars Will Remember.
The stars will remember the night we said goodbye. The stars will remember, so will I. So will I. A rose as a token, a kiss that brought a sigh. The stars
Now the stars and I, we share the lonely lane. But in my solitude, it seems I hear you call my name. The world may forget you as time goes passing by. The stars will remember, so will I. Oh, so will I. Yeah, 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 so will I. Oh, so will I.
I had to take that off quick because if you see on there, I'll show it to you again, the label split. I tried to get it out today. Couldn't get it out when they pressed this record. What Darren says they did it on a Monday or a Monday or a Friday. It split and it got into the groove, and I didn't want to mess up this needle. That's why I pulled it up a little quick there. But there you go. That's going out to Timothy there, Frank Pizzani. I'll say it that, yes, I meant that he was the lead singer, but Marvin mentioned it, of the Highlights on the Bally label, Chicago label. This is a Chicago label too, Afton Records, 1959, his rendition of the tune, The Stars Will Remember. He also recorded for Warwick Records too, and a lot different. He made the rounds. He really did. Johnny G making the rounds here on a Saturday evening. We got two more in 1959 here, and this is a request for listener Ronnie Sherman. Gotta say hello to Ronnie Sherman. I see him at the local record show, and this is on Alan Coleman's Ribbon label, which was out of New York City, and Ribbon had one major hit on the label, and I know many of you know the song. A song called You Were Mine is done by Richie Adams and the Fireflies. That was probably the biggest hit on the label, but this was the very next release after that record, You Were Mine, and this was nowhere a hit, and probably the rarest on the label, I would have to say. So this is from September 59 by request for Ronnie Sherman. It's by Berlin Perry and the Gleams, and this is on Ribbon Records. As I said, it's called Put That Tear Back for Ronnie.
Put that teardrop back. Don't you cry anymore. He doesn't love you, my dear, but you love him so. You love him so. Put
As going out to listener Ronnie Sherman there, the great sound of Berlin Perry and the Gleams from September 59. It's on Ribbon Records. It's called Put That Tear Back. Right? Not teardrop back. Yeah, I keep on saying teardrop. I don't know. And one more in 1959. Actually, it's a flip side from last week. Played a request for Gordy Freeman by the Five Satins called Tony My Love. And great group out of New Haven, Connecticut. And Darrell Letts asked for the flip side of that 45. It was their 8th release on the Ember record label. This one also written by the lead singer. Fred Paris is charted number 6 on WBNY out of Buffalo, New York. Let's go to September of 59 for Darrell Letts. Fred Paris and the Five Satins on Ember. The song is called Shadows. Didn't mention the flip. Tony My Darling, you're correct. Tony My Darling was the request for Gordy Freeman last week, and you are right, Big Dave Swinger, but that is the Five Satins, Fred Paris and the Five Satins from September 59 on Ember Records, Shadow. That was the A side. That's going out to Darrell Letts. I think Stephen Kahn, that's one of his favorite records. I haven't heard from Stephen in a long time. Anyway, let's move into 1960 now. And you can email Johnny G at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That's the email you use for your requests and questions and anything else. Sometimes it takes me a little bit of time to get back to you, but I should be, since I'm not working on the show this Sunday and into Monday, because I got to find a car. I really got to start searching there. But I received an email from a gentleman, Dan Sullivan Jr., and he asked me, he asked me if he knew I was a record collector and he knew about my show, and he asked if I had his father's records. So he sent me a couple links, and I mentioned to him, well, let's see, that his father had this group. They were originally from Ironwood, Michigan, and they first recorded as Danny and the Galaxies in 1959 for a label called Darbo Records. And the lead singer on that was Danny Sullivan. That was his father. And again, he contacted me, Danny Sullivan Jr. And but I had the next release that his father did, which came out on Joe Carlton's Guaranteed label out of New York City. A tune written by his father and rhythm guitarist Greg, well, I should say, Charlene, I'm messing this up. Written by the lead singer and rhythm guitarist Danny Sullivan and the lead guitarist Greg Wynn. And those two were classmates at St. Ambrose High School in Ironwood. And the other members of the group were Andy Abraham, he was the bass, Bernie Mitchell, he was the drummer, and they were managed by a disc jockey by the name of Dick Night Train Williamson, who named them after the Ford Galaxy. Maybe I should get that car. Maybe I should get that. But anyway, so I was happy to have this record of his father. They were known as the Galaxies, and his father, Danny Sullivan's on lead. So let's send this one out to Dan Sullivan Jr., who is the son to Danny Sullivan. It's October 1960 on Guaranteed Records. These are the Galaxies with my tattletale, parentheses, I'm gonna tell my mommy on you. The Galaxies.
My tattletale is a cute little girl. My tattletale to put your heart in a whirl. My tattletale, it is said to be true. I say, I'm gonna tell my mommy on you. My tattletale has no goodnight kiss. My tattletale has a heart you will miss. My tattletale, she makes me blue when she says, I'm gonna tell my mommy on you. See, baby, can we take it a show? Ooh, honey, I feel so low. Come on, darling, make the first beat. How do I tell my history teacher? My tattletale, now I think you should know. My tattletale is not so slow. My tattletale can get you till when she says, I'm gonna tell my mommy on you. Baby, can we take in a show? Ooh, honey, you feel hello. Come on, darling, we'll make the first beat. She says, what'll I tell my history teacher? My tattletale, now I think you should know. My tattletale is not so slow. My tattletale can get you too. And she said, I'm gonna tell my mommy on you. Oh, yes, I am.
There you go. That's by request for Dan Sullivan Jr. Those are the Galaxies from October 1960 on the Guaranteed record label. My Tattletale, parentheses, I'm Gonna Tell My Mommy on You, is the name of the tune. And in 1969, they recorded as Danny Sullivan and the Knott Brothers on the Page label. But he was only 5 years old, unfortunately, when his father passed away. But he sent me a couple links and really in-depth detail of his father's group. Very interesting there. As we continue on Vinyl Treasures, we are in 1960, and this is a request for listener Ronnie Sherman. This group started out as the Heartbeats Quintet on the Network record label. Well, I don't know if they really started out first that way, because I guess the lead singer did, we'll say. But he recorded for Hull, Rama, G, Roulette, and Gaiden as lead of the Heartbeats. Then he became the lead singer of the Limelights, recording for B. Caslin's Hull record label. And Hull sold some of those masters to Apt Records. Apt Records is a subsidiary of ABC Paramount, and this is the second of two that Ronnie Sherman requested. And the group is called Shane Shepherd and the Limelights, but it's really James Shepherd on lead. This is September 1960, going out to Ronnie Sherman. Shane Shepherd and the Limelights on Apt Records. It's called 1 Week from Today for Ronnie.
1 week from today, I'm coming home. Forget me not, my darling. Love me and be so true. I'll be back 1 week from today. I'm coming home to you. Trust in me, my dear. Say a prayer every day that I'll get there safely, my love. 1 week from today, I went and left you. Thought I was smart at the time, but I am so glad I realized my mistake. I found out in time that I love you. Forget me not, my darling. Love me and be so true. I'll be back 1 week from today. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you. 1 week from today.
That's for Ronnie Sherman there. That's James Shepherd on lead, but as Shane Shepherd and the Limelights. It's on Apt Records, September 1960, 1 week from today. Remember buying that record? I paid $3. Actually, it was a deal I got from Glenn Fousel. Glenn Fousel, he worked for Louis Silvani at the store in Dobbs Ferry. I used to go to that store every Saturday morning. I used to bring I think it was the Gray Kreider book, and I used to read off missing numbers, and Glenn would call them up in the computer, and he would say, well, we got a VG copy for $75. And I'd say, well, I'm not paying $75 for a VG copy. He goes, well, you know what? Find it somewhere else. So he would tell that to me. But he went on a trip to South Carolina, I think, Glenn, and he brought a bunch of records up. So it came to my house, and I was looking through them, and this was in there, plus other good group records. So, and this is a long time ago. This is in the 80s. So he said, I want $3 a piece for them all if you take them all. So I took them all, and then we did a big trade. I traded him because he was a big Beatle collector. So I ended up getting about 578s. All store stock that he picked up, and I had to give him a little bit of cash and 3 LPs, 3 Beatle LPs. The Beatles versus the Four Seasons with no picture sleeve, I picked up for 5 cents at a church sale, and at that same day, their second album. They were in nice shape. And then Tony Sheraton and the Beatles on MGM. Maybe they're up there in price. He always told me every time he saw me, he goes, "You got the better deal than I did," because I had all the 5 keys on Aladdin, had all these dominoes, 45's, swallows, and magic tones, and things on King and G and End, and some big hits by the Coasters and whatnot, all on 78. So he was sorry he did that trade. Looking back, unfortunately, he's no longer with us, as that is a terrible thing. But yes, I remember that. $3 for that record. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Let's continue here in 1960. Let's go to Nashville, Tennessee for this next record, and it's a request for Timothy. Actually, these records for Timothy I couldn't find. So I had a little bit of time, and I found a lot of the stuff that was filed away, but I went through a bunch of the boxes today. Put me a little bit behind, but I was able to finally find them. This is on Walt Maynard's Pink Records out of Nashville, Tennessee. And there's really not a lot on this label, maybe 8 or 9 releases in total. I think the biggest hit on this label was a Narvel Feltz song, his version of the Drifters' Honey Love. I think that was the biggest record on the label. But this is the B-side that Timothy requested. It's really not a bad record. It's from April 1960. His name is Dave White. Dave White and the Pyramids. And this is the B-side. It's called Write My Name. This is on the Pink label for Timothy.
Write my name on your notebook, write my name for the world to see. Write my name on your notebook, you belong to me. Take my pen, make a start, put my initials in your heart. Draw the bow, draw the arrow, Cupid shot it at me. Wear my letter on your sweater and my fraternity pin. And on the hand I hold there'll be a band of gold when our school days end. So write my name on your notebook, tell the world you belong to me. Write my name on your notebook, Cupid sent you to me. My letter on your sweater and my fraternity pin, and on the hand I hold there'll be a band of gold when my school days end. So write my name on your notebook, tell the world you belong to me. Write my name on your notebook, Cupid sent you to me. Write my name on your notebook, tell the world you belong to me. Write my name on your notebook, Cupid sent you to me. Cupid sent you to me, yeah. Cupid sent you to me.
April 1960 release there for Dave White and the Pyramids on the Pink record label by request for Timothy. Write my name, and send it to Vinyltreasures at AOL.com. You got to do that. And let's move into 1961 now, as this is a request for listener Adrian Viterbo in Mexico. Now, this group had a monster hit back in 1968. I know Tony Crosby knows the 1968 hit came out on the Gamble label, was called Cowboys to Girls, but they were singing group harmony back in 1961. This group out of Philadelphia, PA, they're called The Intruders. I think this is their debut single, Charlene. We should have checked if it was their debut single. But the lead singer is Sam Little Sonny Brown. Let's go to December of 1961. going out to Adrian in our YouTube chat room. This is on the Gowan label, The Intruders. And this is actually a cover song. Who did this? The Plurals? Did the Plurals do this first, possibly? No, or I'm Sold. I'm getting confused, the flip side. But anyway, it's called Come Home Soon, The Intruders for Adrian.
Each night under this moon, I sit alone, hoping you'll get home soon. Darling, come home soon. Darling, come home soon.
Those are the Intruders by request for listener Adrian Viterbo. That one there, December 1961 on the Gowan label. I think that's their debut single, if I'm not mistaken. Charlene didn't have it here. Come Home Soon is the name of the tune. The flip side is I'm Sold. It's actually a cover. I think it was done by the Plurals, if I'm not mistaken, on Wagner Records. And this one's on Gowan Records. With their second release, they were known as the Four Intruders. And the unfortunate thing is that the lead singer there, Sam Little Sonny Brown, he committed suicide on April 21st of 1995. He jumped off I think it was the Strawberry Mansion Bridge. He was only 54 years old. It's unfortunate because the Intruders had such great records, a group out of Philadelphia. So, Adrian, you asked for the flip side, I'm Sold. Daryl mentioned that which is actually a good record, too. It's up-tempo, but I'm Sold on You is the name of the tune. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Saturday. Let's continue here. And we are in the year 1961. Here's a request for Kenny Mack, who said he requested every vocal group record. Far from it, Kenny, I'd say. But this group is from Washington, the Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland area. First recording back in 1958 for Monument Records. But we move up to 1961. This is on the Felsted label. It features Ronald Henderson on lead. So we're going to, by request for Kenny Mack, also we'll send this one out to Sugar Bear Sterling. I think you like this record, Sugar Bear, from June 61. The True Tones. The True Tones on Felsted. It's called Blushing Bride for Kenny.
The nights were wild and so was she. There is one place that I want her to be, here by my side, my side. I'm to be her blessing groom. Can you hear her calling me from here and afar? I'll always love her for 1,000 years, and that river that you see is my tear. We understand just what love means, and we intend to love eternally. Oh, darling, come through. Yes, come through. I'm to be her blessing room. Shoo-la-doo, shoo-la-doo-la-doo.
June 61 release there for the True Tones. Ronald Henderson, he's on lead. By request for Kenny Mack, also sending it out to Sugar Bear Sterling in our YouTube chat room. Blushing Bride is the name of the tune. Kenny's trying to be a blushing guy, as is what he's mentioned there in the chat room there anyway. But let's continue here. And this is a request. We go out to Los Angeles, California. This request for Mike Sape, who wants to send this one out to listener Jimmy Amato, this girl group out of Los Angeles, California. They were discovered by Richard Berry as he wrote both sides of this 45, and it's on the Rhonda label, which was a short-lived label, a subsidiary of Bob Keene's Delphi Records. So this is from November 61. They're called the Candlettes. The Candlettes on Rhonda Records, by request from Mike Sape, going out to Jimmy Amato. It's called Wrapped Up in a Dream, November 61.
Wrapped up in a dream.
Girl group sounds here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's for Mike Sape sending it out to Jimmy Amato in our chat room there. The Candlettes from November 61. It's on the Rhonda label. It's called Wrapped Up in a Dream. As we welcome in Oldies and More Radio here to the Vinyl Treasure Show. Johnny G, your host, spinning original vinyl 45's, 1950's, and early 60's from 9 p.m. Eastern Time till midnight. We are in overtime here as we count down the music chronologically in the year 1961. And this is a request up next for Bob Cruz, as this artist, born in Ivernus, Mississippi. His real name, James Milton Campbell Jr., mostly known for his blues material, but throughout his career known for a unique blend of musical styles. He was discovered by Ike Turner, who brought him to Sun Records in 1954, and for his first 3 releases. Then he followed it up with 2 on the Meteor label. I know I have one of those, not both. His next stop was Bob Lyons Bobbin Records out of St. Louis, Missouri. He had 7 releases on the Bobbin label as Little Milton. This is his 7th release, and it's a cover tune. This was first recorded by Johnny Ace, so you should know the song. The uncredited vocal group backing him up on this are the Emeralds. The Emeralds, they had 2 prior releases on the Bobbin label. Let's go to January 61. This is going out to Bob Cruz, Little Milton, and the uncredited Emeralds. It's called Cross My Heart on the Bobbin label.
Darling, darling, I cross my heart.
I cross my heart, and I hope to die if I should ever make you cry, 'cause you're my own. Darling, you're a part of me. Just stay with me. Please take my love. I cross my heart, and if I lie, I hope to die. I'll trade the world for the treasure of your charm, my dear. I'll never be free. Please stay with me, right here in my arms. You're my queen, you'll always be. I swear, by all there's to be, no love but yours I'll ever see. You're everything that love means to me. If I lie, I hope to die.
As by request for Bob Cruz, the sound of Little Milton and the uncredited Emeralds. January 61, that's on the Bobbin label. That's his 7th release on Bobbin, Cross My Heart. That is the Johnny Ace tune. We stay in 1961 with this request for Amnon, this gal. She was born in Charleston, South Carolina, but she moved to Harlem, New York back in 1951. She won the Amateur Hour competition at the Apollo Theater, and she signed with High Weiss's Old Town record label. Her signature song was her debut single. It was called Darling, Listen to the Words of This Song. A big Alan Freed favorite, played it on his show. The other Old Town releases, there are 2 more that are much rarer than that, but she had this release on the Apt record label from February of 1961. This one, I think it was produced or arranged by Leroy Kirkland. It's February 61. Miss Ruth McFadden. Ruth McFadden on the Apt label, going out to Amnon. It's called Don't Take Your Love. Ruth McFadden. That's Miss Ruth McFadden by request for listener Amnon, their February 61 release on the Apt record label, subsidiary of ABC Paramount Records. Don't Take Your Love is the name of the tune. Johnny G not taking these 45s, not yet. We're going to continue here in Vinyltreasure Overtime. Now we are on Oldies and More. Yes, I did switch over to that, so they are tuned in here. Now here is a flip side from last week. I featured a request for Mike Sape by The Emotions out of Los Angeles, California. Lena Calhoun and The Emotions. The song was called Been Looking Your Way, was their debut single on the Flip record label. And Darrell Letts, he requested the flip side of the 45. I think that was Darrell Letts, yes. Yes, it was. There it is, over to the right side there. So let's go to March of 1961. This is the, was it the B side or the A side? I don't recall. But it's great two-sided 45. The Emotions, Lena Calhoun and The Emotions on the Flip label. This is for Darrell. It's called I Ran to You.
I ran across the street, for it was you
As going out to Daryl Letts there, that's Lena Calhoun and the Emotions. That is the, I don't know, that's the A side or the B side, but that only came out on their first release. The flip side, Been Looking Your Way, that came out later on another release, I think the very next release or the last release. But this is from March 61, I Ran to You, on the Flip record label. We stay in 61 with this request for listener Tom Shaughnessy. This group had two releases on Gil Snapper's Worthy label, which is out of New York City, and this is their first, written by group member Leroy Braswell, who is also the lead singer on this. This group is called The Interiors. The Interiors, going out to Tom Shaughnessy from July 61. It's called Darling Little Angel.
I stroll up to the drugstore, and to my surprise, I met a pretty girl with tears in her eyes.
My darling little angel with tears in her eyes. She said some words were spoken that my love for her had died, and I'll never see my little angel no more. She walked away and left me standing in the door. I know she's gone forever and forevermore, 'cause she never done a thing like this before. Well, darling, why did you leave me? Why did you go? Why did you stray? Please come to me, darling. Not next year, but right away. Pretty baby, pretty baby. My darling little angel, by listening to your friends, I told you I would love you until the very end. My darling little angel, oh, won't you please come back home? Darling little angel, come back home.
As going out to Tom Shaughnessy there, the sound of The Interiors, July 1961. That's on the Worthy record label. Leroy Braswell, he's the lead singer. It's called Darling Little Angel. As we stay in 1961 here with a request for listener Paul Michel, as he was classmate, or he was a classmate or classmates of the group called The Imaginations out of Long Island, New York. They recorded for the Music Makers record label. Goodnight Baby, Guardian Angel, and he was friends or classmates with Frank Mancuso. He was the lead singer, and they also backed up some artists as they did this gal who they are singing behind, and it's a request for listener Paul Michel. She was a schoolmate at of Frank's at Memphis High School in Belmore, Long Island, and she recorded as Darlene Day, but her real name, wait, her real name was Lena Abruzzo, Abruzzo. There you go. It's up top. But this is the A side of her only release on the Music Makers record label, and the Imaginations are backing her up, and this is by request for listener Paul Michel, June 61, Darlene Day and the Uncredited Imaginations on Music Makers Records. It's called I Love You So.
You are my heaven and my desire. You always set my heart on fire.
You are my heaven and my desire. You always set my heart on fire. You're my dream, only dream. Oh, I love you so. When I need you, you are around. You are the love my life has found. You're my thrill, my only thrill. Oh, I love you so. Heavenly angel on earth, without you, life has no worth. Oh, darling, can you see that our love will last for all eternity? You are my life, I can't deny. Our love will grow as high as the sky. You're my love, my only love. Oh, I love you so.
There you go. That's going out to Paul Michel there, the Darlene Day and the Uncredited Imaginations. June 1961 on the Music Makers record label, I Love You So is the name of that tune. We stay in 1961 with this request for listener Joe Shacatano. This group is out of Philadelphia, PA, began recording back in 1953 as the Eddie Carter Quartet, with releases on MGM, Grand, Jubilee, and the Sound labels. They also had releases on George Goldner's Gone and Lyrics label as the Carter Rays. Now, Joe requested their final release. Came out on the Mala label. This is a painted-on label. I have both a stock copy, which is Stone Mint, and also the DJ copy, which I didn't show you yet. But it's from May 61. It features Harold Cade on lead. These are the Carter Rays, going out to Joe Shacatano, the Carter Rays on Mala. It's called Keep Listening to My Heart for Joe Shacatano.
Whoa, how will you know when you're really in love? And how will you know there's love to share? There is something inside of you that will let you know. So keep listening to your heart. Oh, how will you know that it's you she loves? And how will you know she really cares? There is something inside of you that will let you know. So keep listening to your heart. It's the little things she says, it's the little things she does, it's the way that she looks into your eyes. You have heard this expression, only fools fall in love, but only ever know paradise. I'm a fool and I know paradise because I'm really in love. There is something inside of me that is deep in the heart of me. I'll keep listening, I'll keep listening to my
As going out to Joe Shacatano. It's actually a great two-sided 45. The flip side there called Bless You, which is good. But those are the Carter Rays. Harold Cade on lead, May 61. On Mala Records, Keep Listening to My Heart is the name of the tune. I found this request, this next one out of 61 for Adrian Viterbo. I couldn't find it last week, but I found it this week when I wasn't even looking for it. As this gal, she's out of Chicago, Illinois. She's about 12 or 13 years old when she recorded this. Came out on the Smash label. Tune written by Andy D. Russ Vesti and produced by Lou Resner. And the Desires are backing her up. This Desires group also has a release on the Smash record label. Her name is Little Ellen. Little Ellen from November 61 on Smash Records. It's going out to Adrian listening in Mexico. It's called That Other Guy for Adrian.
Other guy.
That's from November 61. That's going out to Adrian Viterbo in Mexico. Little Ellen and a male group backing her up. That Other Guy is the name of the tune. That's on the Smash record label. As we continue here, winding down here, folks, as we move into 1962 now. And let's go out to Los Angeles, California for this group. This is a request for California listener Matey Campboy. This 45 or this song arranged by Milt Grayson, and he has releases on Keen Records, and this came out on Larry Nelson and Chuck Marklis' Night Owl label, which is originally out of Seattle, Washington, and also Los Angeles, California, I think by this time. It's from 1962. These are the Four Gents. The Four Gents on the Night Owl label, going out to Matey Campboy. It's called Please Don't Ask Me, parentheses, to Be Lonely, for Matey.
At your command, ask me for my heart, my one and only girl. But most of all now, please don't ask me to be lonely. And oh, my little darling, I've searched and I've searched now, but I couldn't find, oh no, no other love so true and divine. But most of all now, please don't ask me to be lonely. Oh, oh no, I just want to say now, we will climb the highest mountains together. We'll travel, I said we'll travel together across the sea, just to, oh, just to keep our love a little closer together forever and eternally. Whoa, I've searched and I've searched now, but I couldn't find, oh no, no other love so true and divine. But most of all now, please don't ask me to be lonely, to be lonely, 'cause a man ain't supposed to cry. But if I should lose you, I'll cry forever. Don't leave me lonely, darling.
As going out to Matey Campboy. She is in our YouTube chat room there. The Four Gents, 1962 on the Night Owl record label. Please Don't Ask Me, parentheses, to Be Lonely. I think that comes on colored vinyl, I think it does, if I'm not mistaken. But Timothy, you mentioned the dub song No, probably inspired by the dub song, I would say, for sure. But that is a great tune out of Los Angeles, California. We are in 1962. Let's go to Harlem, New York for this next group. This is a request for listener Mnon. They're called the Vocaliers. They began recording back in 1952 for Bobby Robinson's Red Robin record label. But let's fast forward to 1962. I should say 1960. They kind of revamped. But this releases in February of 62. Came out on the Twist Time record label. It features Curtis Blandon on lead. These are the Vocaliers for Mnon from February 62. It's called the Cootie Snap for Mnon.
Of all the songs that I've heard, of all the dances I've seen, I Just wanna tell you now that the cootie snap will make you flip your lid. So come on and let's cootie. Oh, come on now. Let's cootie. Well, alright. Oh, come on now. Well, all of the gang in the neighborhood, they're doing the cootie snap and they're doing it good. So come on. Well, you put your left leg out and bring your hip up with it. And then you know you will get her with it. Well, I say you reach on back and then you pat your back. And then you know you got the cootie snap. Well, all of the gang in the neighborhood, they're doing the cootie snap and they're doing it good. So come on. Well, all right. Well, you put your left leg out and bring your hip up with it. And then you know you will get her with it. Well, I say you reach on back and then you pat your back. And then you know you got the cootie slap. Well, all of the gang in the neighborhood, they're doing the cootie snap and they're doing it good. So come on. Yeah, 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 come on. Ah, but you're looking good now. Ah, put your left leg out now. Oh, shake that thing. But don't forget to pat your back. Because now you're doing the cootie snap.
February 62 release there for the vocal ears. That's by request for listener Amnon. The Cootie Snap is the name of that one with Curtis Blandon. Oddly, that's on the Twist Time record label here as we are winding down here on the program as we are in 1962. Let's go to Detroit, Michigan. This is a request for listener Bob Cruz. This singer, previously a member of the Twilighters, the Detroit-based group that recorded for the Spin and the JVB labels, but Bob requested a solo release on Willie Tony Ewing's Chess label, a Chex label, C-H-E-X, Chex label out of Detroit, Michigan, and he wrote this tune. His name is Donald Richards, and he's being backed up by the Volumes on this. The Volumes also recorded on the Chex label. You may know their big hit called I Love You plus others, but this is from April 62, going out to Bob Cruz, the Donald Richards, and the uncredited Volumes on Chex Records. It's called I Cried for Your Love.
I knocked upon your door, your mother came to say that you live there no more, but you'll be back someday. And I cried, oh, I cried for your love, for your love.
There you go. That's going out to Bob Cruz there. The sound of Donald Richards with the uncredited volumes backing him up there. April 1962 on the Chex record label. I Cried for Your Love. 1, 2, 3, 4 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Up next, a request for my California listener, Matey Campboy. This group out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's their only release, a very rare 45 too, by the way. They're called the Fabulous Uptowns, and this is on the Tulip record label. This is actually side 2 of the 45 from April of 62, going out to Matey Campboy in our YouTube chat room. The Fabulous Uptowns on Tulip. It's called New Love I Have Found for Matey.
Let all acquaintance be forgotten.
Let old acquaintance be forgot, never brought to my mind. Never brought to my mind. Let old acquaintance be forgot, for this new love I have found. New love I have found. The love
Rare 45s here as we close down here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's going out to Matey Campboy in our YouTube chat room out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. April 62, released by the Fabulous Uptowns on the Tulip label. New Love I Have Found. One of the first records I bought from Greg Surik was costing me a little bit of money. It did. Not an easy record to find. We stay in 1962 with this request for listener Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico. This group out of Manhattan, though, the members were Eddie LeBron, Bobby Dominic, Richie Molina, Richard Rosenberg, and lead singer Richie Rios. Collectively, they were known as the Charters. Now, this is their debut single. This is the A-side. I normally feature the flip side called, I think, The Rose, I think it's called. But this is the A-side. Came out on Ben Smith's Tar X label. Co-written and produced by the group's manager, Joe Webb, and features Richie Rios on lead. So we're all going to get up and dance this one. You too, Lenny. You got to get up and dance with this one. It's from 1962. Let's give a listen to the Charters on Tar X. It's called El Merengue for Adrian.
Let me teach you something, baby. Here's a dance that's all but new to you. Come on and dance. that you do it the best. Come on, baby, shake your hips to the right. Shake 'em, baby, with all of your might. The merengue, do the merengue. Come on, let's merengue. Come on and merengue. Come on now. Oh, you're looking good. That's what you gotta do. But let me tell you one thing, honey. You gotta move, baby, move, baby. Shake, baby, shake, shake, baby. Move, baby, move, baby. Shake, baby, whoa, you should see. My little sister is with me. She is only 3, but she can merengue better than me. Come on and merengue. I follow the merengue. Come on and merengue. Take my hand and merengue. Come on and merengue. I follow the merengue. I follow
As going out to Adrian Viterbo, those are the Charters. The Charters on Ben Smith's Tar-X record label from 1962. El Merengue is the name of the tune. 2 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyltreasure Show. And this is a request for listener Matey Campboy. This group, they were former servicemen from Phoenix, Arizona. They previously recorded a song called Blue Feeling on Floyd Ramsey's Ramco label back in 1962. And they are backing now this Phoenix singer by the name of Tyrone Bean, and this was recorded in early 1963, but never released until 1976 on Val Shively's Monogram label, Monogram Records, out of Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. Okay, Charlene, there you go. And this is a cover tune. This was first recorded by the Dandeliers in 1955 on the States label, but it's from 63, recorded, released in 1976. Let's give a listen to the Versatiles on Monogram Records. This is going out to Matey Campboy, their rendition of the tune My Autumn Love for Matey.
Falling me, falling me, falling me, falling me, falling me, falling me. The leaves are falling now over the ground. They are covering the vine. What's left now? My only love, where can she be? It's like must have lost her now, out my misery. My only love, where can she be tonight?
As by request for listener Matey Campoy, they're recorded in 1963, not released until 1976. Val Shively found that one out and put it out on his Monogram record label, a cover of the Dandeliers tune from 1955, My Autumn Love. That one there going out to listener Matey Campoy. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to cool original vinyl 45s out of my collection. If you want to get in touch with me, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That's good for requests and for dedications and for anything else you want to talk to me about. But if you missed any of the program, we'll put it up. It'll be up on YouTube. It was interesting. The Copyright Police nowhere near around tonight, which is very unusual, because I sent them a letter about, blocking my show on Wednesday night. They won't let me, remove the songs that are in dispute. I have to file a dispute with the owner. Are you kidding me? I want to remove the song. You don't want me to play it? I won't play it, too bad for you. But anyway, if you missed any of the program, you'll be able to see it on the archive there. If not, if they block it, you have to go to vinyltreasures.net, so it'll be there in its entirety. So you can stream or download the show on my website. But, last Monday they blocked out, a minute of the song to piss off the listeners. Are you kidding me? It's so stupid. Gets me upset. But I'll be back here next Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time till midnight, with a little bit of overtime, depending on how many requests I get. But I will not be doing the show on Monday afternoon. I have to find a car. I'm not paying $8,975 for a hybrid battery and an air blower. Are you kidding? And a 2014 LaCrosse? No way. I was like, are you kidding? And my mother was going to say yes. I said, no way. We're going to get a new car, brand new car. I don't know what though, but I only have till September 30 to get one. So I got to get cooking on this show. And I'll sell the car to Carvana. They want to buy it for $11,300. Be my guest. Come and get it with the check engine light too. I think they said they were going to give me $15,000 for the car, because it's a 2014 with 17,300 miles on it. That's not a lot of mileage. So, but anyway, so that's why I'll be doing the show on Wednesday night. That I will be doing, and then I'll be back here Saturday, hopefully with a new car. You never know. I hope so. Unless I get the guy to the local mechanic, will buy me some time. I think he said if he can turn off the check engine light, but I gotta drive 50 miles, like on highway and streets and local, and do all that to clear out the computer, and then if the light doesn't come on, it'll pass the inspection. I don't know if I want to do that, but anyway, so thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. We're going to close the show tonight with a request for Tom Shaughnessy. I think he requested the Velvets last week. Time and Again, I think, was the song. But he requested another Velvets song. This group out of Odessa, Texas, recorded for the Monument record label. This song was originally done by Darrell Glenn in 1953 on the Valley label out of Knoxville, Tennessee. You may know the version, of course, by the Orioles, because the Orioles recorded this, and so did Elvis Presley. He also recorded this. So this is from March of '63. The Velvets on the Monument label, Crying in the Chapel, Virgil Johnson on lead. That's our closer by request for Tom Shaughnessy. That's going to do it, folks. Johnny G's got to get out of here. Got to start car shopping. That's going to do it. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long.
You saw me crying in the chapel the tears I shed were tears of joy. I know the meaning of contentment now. I am happy with the Lord. Just a plain and simple chapel where humble people go to pray. I pray the Lord that I'll grow stronger as I live from day to day. I searched and I searched, but I couldn't find no way on earth to gain peace of mind. Now I'm happy in the chapel where people are of one accord. Yes, we gather in the chapel just to sing and praise the Lord. I searched